with great honor and pride to announce to you that from 18th to the 20th of March 2013, the South African government will host an international conference on education and training of the youth workers in Pretoria, Tshwane, at the University of South Africa, UNISA main campus. This will be the first Commonwealth conference, and it will be held under the theme towards professionalizing youth work, education and training of youth workers towards the professionalization of youth work. This conference will be geared towards sharing experiences and lessons learned in order to advance the critical agenda of professionalizing youth work across the Commonwealth and hopefully beyond. The conference participants will be provided with a platform to deliberate on issues relating to their work and chart a way forward for ensuring recognition of youth work as a professional practice. This conference is based on the foundation that youth work practice is a profession like any other and must therefore be recognized in order to meet the standards required of any profession. It is widely agreed that any profession should entail creating a body of knowledge, providing formal training, mastering specialized knowledge, establishing a professional association, developing an ethical code of practice, and regulating the practice in a manner that will protect the interests of the youth. Of importance to note is that the start and allure of any profession begins with education and training. As such, the importance of proper education and training of youth workers cannot be underestimated. It is for this reason that the Commonwealth Youth Programme has over the last 40 years liaised with member governments and academic institutions to provide education and training of youth workers. This is evidenced by their widely offered diploma in youth development work, as well as short courses and a degree in youth development work currently offered in Asia and Pacific areas. This has helped youth workers to meet the minimum basic qualification that will be required to practice youth work. In South Africa, the University of South Africa is offering a Commonwealth diploma in youth development work. Additionally, there are other institutions of higher learning that are also offering youth work qualification, namely the University of Venda and Stellenbosch University. However, these institutions are faced with the greatest challenge of producing graduates who are not employable owing to lack of recognition of their work. Lack of recognition of youth work as a profession has left this practice largely undefined and less marketable over the years. This is happening despite the need for youth focal points across the three spheres, a decision that was approved by the South African government. Furthermore, other development workers whose roles impact on youth development may not necessarily be aware of youth workers' critical contributions to the youth development sector. Hence, as a mainstream and advocacy effort, there is a need to bring together various stakeholders in the youth development space through initiatives such as this conference in order to share experiences and lessons learned. The conference has thus been designed as a biannual event for all youth workers, researchers in youth development, academics in youth development studies, policymakers, and government officials to discuss and agree on the common agenda for professionalizing the field of youth work. For this inaugural conference, we're expecting a total of 500 delegates from the 54 Commonwealth member states, including South Africa, to be in attendance. The delegates are drawn from youth development workers, networks in governments, non-governmental organizations, youth workers associations, institutions of higher learning, youth development agencies, and institutions of higher learning within the Commonwealth countries. This conference will be characterized by plenary and parallel workshops, sessions covering a variety of relevant themes that include 1. Education and training of youth workers, 2. Recognition of prior learning and continuous professional development, 3. Standardization of youth work curriculum in the Commonwealth, 4, building and sustaining a strong front through formation of professional youth associations. 5, promoting youth work through national youth policies and programs. These discussions will look into current qualifications offerings, curricula of youth work studies, national and international recognition of youth work employment opportunities for youth workers in their conditions of service. Through this conference, we seek to create awareness of youth work as a practice that is worthy to be recognized as a profession and advocate for provision of a qualification of youth work by education and training institutions. In the end, all this will build the capacity of those involved in youth work. Professionalization is a goal directly linked to South Africa's national priority of professionalizing the public service as stated in the National Development Plan. For the country and international community, it has become quite urgent to invest in the young people, especially in view of increasing youth population group compared to children and adults. In South Africa, the 2011 census revealed that young people between the ages of 15 and 35 constitute more than 40% of the population. Therefore, we cannot continue as if it is business as usual. We hope this conference will improve the status of youth work, in turn, change for the better the way in which youth workers do things in an effort to improve the lives of young people. Just a correction there, the census says 60% of the population is below the ages of 35. So not just 40%, it means there are more younger people in South Africa than the adults. So I think that's the challenge that the country is facing.